One of the things that was reviewing your bio, you had said, you had that big capital gain on the sale, and you said, I wasn't impressed by what I saw in terms of the agents that I was working. Or it's like you were like, you felt like, I feel like this is what I'm saying. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're like, I feel like I could do that, or I feel like they weren't experts, they weren't professionals that I was dealing with back then. Is that true, or did I misread that?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so there are two things I wanted to ask. One is, tell me a little bit more about that and sort of how you drew you back in the business. But also, I'm very interested in how your sales background has impacted you with regards to real estate, because a lot of times, at least for the past, go back to 2007 and then the 8 years before that, you didn't need, sales is putting the property in the MLS. And that's how a lot of agents saw it. They're like, I put the property in the MLS, I get lots of offers. I don't need to sell people on things. Tell me, I might be wrong there, but that was my impression, is that it wasn't a sales business, it was an advertising business at some point.
Well, selling's a little different if you really understand sales than what most people think.
Right.
Selling is not trying to convince somebody to buy something. Selling is more helping somebody make the correct decisions,
right,
and helping them buy a product and helping them through the process.
Okay.
Sales is a process. I kind of tell salespeople all the time, selling a house is like that old game that we used to play when we were kids called Mousetrap. And if you put all the little pieces together right, the natural progression is the sale.
Right, okay.
And so what you're trying to do is help a customer, a consumer, a buyer, keep on that track. Now, unlike the automobile business where I had a product to sell and I was there at that product site, kind of like a new home sales agent, the real estate business gives you an incredible opportunity because you have the ability to be able to sell any product.
Right.
You can sell anything that's out there that works. Now, of course, when we list homes, our job is to do the advertising and the marketing. That's actually what I went to school for to begin with, and learn how to highlight it and accent its positives,
right,
downplay its negatives, and try to sell that product. However, when most real estate agents are working with buyers, buyers are the ones that are buying things and actually make real money. I look at listings as something that you have to spend money on.
Right.
Because they cost a lot of money to manage, to advertise, to keep up with them, time, resources, everything else. But when you have a buyer, you take that buyer, all you have to do is invest your time, keep them in the process, help them make the right decisions, and then you then can build a business from that.
Right.
If you don't have that, you don't make any money, you're not going to be in this business for very long.
One of the things is you were just saying that something really struck me, and it's that question of, we talk about the sales process, and it's, qualifying the buyer, making sure you understand what the buyer really wants and needs, and you're right, you're not hamstrung by the fact that, well, they really want a Ford and I sell Hondas. Well, I can convince them that they want a Honda, but you're not, your goal, really what impacts an agent's profitability in terms of the buyer side is how much of your time do you have to spend? If you can cut that sales cycle down and get that person really understand what they want and find them the right product, you can expand your income. Do you guys tell me if
that's very good? And one of the things that you hit on is a word that is misused and misthought of by real estate agents or salespeople in general, and that's qualifying somebody. Most people think that qualifying somebody means to see if they qualify for a mortgage, see if they qualify for the money. And in reality, what it is figuring out their needs, their wants, and their ability to pay. Their ability to pay may not be how much they can afford. It may be how much monthly they can afford, how much they want to afford,
right,
how much, in my business and the type of clients that I deal with, they can afford anything they want in most cases. So, it's a matter of figuring out what they want, how much they want to spend, what is their dominant buying motive, and then figure out what that is, and then help them get it. To do that, you have to, in basic sales, you have to know your product. Well, your product out here is every single house that's on the market in MLS.
Right.
Every single property that may be for sale by owner. every single property that might be going to foreclosure.
Right.
You know, you need to know your market, know what is out there, understand it. You also have to understand the nuances. You know, if you buy a house in one side of a highway compared to another side of a highway, there's big differences in values many times. You know, it used to be that in Great Falls, if you bought past Utterback Store Road, it was a different school district. So that area didn't sell as high a price as the part that went to Langley High School.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all the same. So then it was the farther out you got, the less it was. And that's changed a little bit because of the reverse commute, because of the high-tech corridor out in Loudoun County. To some degree, it's still a little bit there, but you know, it changes. And you have to be a student of history. You have to understand the market. You have to understand, just like I was talking about from the very beginning, where we are in the cycle, so that you can help people not be scared of this market right now. It's a great time to buy something. It's okay to sell.
Right.
Most people did not buy a home in 2005 and 2006 and 2007
Right.
that are looking to sell now. Most of those people, and the people that we as a real estate community need to work with, are those people that bought homes in the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, because their house is worth more than what they paid for.
Right.
If they sell their house and they're in a position where they're patient sellers, they can sell at fair market value, they can turn around and buy a house at a good deal right now.